Allie, Alicia, good morning. Federal prosecutors are hoping that Judge Victoria Roberts sentences Spivey to 3 years in prison. Meanwhile, the defense is pushing for probation, arguing that Spivey has cooperated with the feds, who claim over 5 years he accepted 8 bribes. Make it look like a napkin is what federal prosecutors say ex-Detroit City Councilman Andre Spivey instructed a confidential source to do with cash during one of his 8 recorded bribes. "I don't want to touch it right here," court documents claim Spivey said of the money. The source, a Detroit towing contractor, was working with the feds. Spivey now looking at the potential of jail time when he's sentenced this morning. Prosecutors are seeking 3 years. His defense hoping for probation. Here's Spivey's attorney back in September.
We've been cooperating with the federal government for a year and a half. It's not as though he's getting the big globs at one time where he could buy a car or do something very expensive.
Well, prosecutors point to the judge that Spivey's criminal conduct was not a one-time slip or an isolated serious lapse of judgment. The defense says the 47-year-old former pastor became, quote, entrenched in a cycle of financial distress. They say he considered the confidential source a friend and the money loans. The defense also says this wasn't pay to play and that Spivey's city council votes went against the source's business interests. Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan, a former county prosecutor, wouldn't comment to Action News before sentencing.
Bribery.
Yeah, I'm not going to comment on that.
You're a former prosecutor. How much time should he do?
I'm not going to comment on that. What else would you like to talk about?
Jen, this towing scandal has touched city halls in a couple different ways. Are the feds looking elsewhere within city governments in this case?
Well, Ellie, as you may remember, back in August, feds raided both offices and homes of 2 then council members, Scott Benson and Janae Ayers. Benson remains on city council. However, Ayers lost her bid for re-election in November. Neither one of those individuals has been charged with a crime. But in court documents, federal prosecutors did note that they hope that Spivey's sentencing does serve as a deterrent for other elected officials behaving badly. So that's something that obviously the federal prosecutors are hoping that the judge takes into account. Allie, Alicia?